Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with the 9th layout using the April Hit Kit. This one took me an hour and 14 minutes to complete. I'm showing you some of the stuff that I might be using. There's stickers. One's called Alex and that's the alpha, and the other one is from the Maggie Holmes collection, Celebrate. And now I'm showing you some of the pattern papers from Amy Tangerine, and again Amy Tangerine, and I'm going to use that as the background. And a lot of it are scraps or 6x6 pattern paper, which came from a 6x6 pattern paper pad from the Project Life kit. Now this is clear gesso, and I'm going to add it to the background. The difference between clear gesso and the white gesso is sometimes you want to alter the color of your background. Sometimes you don't. In this case, I didn't. I wanted to keep that gray and darker gray stripe, but I wanted to prepare my pattern paper so that I could do some mixed media. Now, some gesso is very liquidy, and this one here is. It's not thick at all. It's like water. Well, not quite as much as water, but not as liquid as water, but it's quite liquidy. My other gesso is more like a paint, and it's white, and it changes the color of your background. And I can't remember how many layouts from now, but in a few layouts, I'm going to be using it to alter the color of the background, because I kind of want the background to kind of fade and not be so prominent on the layout. Now, I was trying to cut that little flag on the pattern paper so that I can mount the photo right on there, and that little flag would go over my picture. And I need to change the blade in my X-Acto knife. I've had that X-Acto knife for like 2 years and I've never changed it. Now the tip is broke, so anyway, it ended up going all crooked, so I need to do that. And so when I start a layout, I never know what I'm going to do. I just kind of pick up the photo and then say, okay, start cutting, start going. Because what I do is probably 2 months, or not 2 months, about a few weeks before I did this, I chose all the pattern papers, that was left kind of thing, threw them on top of this pattern paper and said, okay, this is what I'm going to use with this. And then whenever I had leftovers from other pages, and if it was pink, I would throw it on there too, just so that I'd have more pink pattern papers. And I love when I get down to the bottom or to the end of a kit to do strips, bands of pattern papers throughout my layouts, and just to use up those pattern papers, because once I'm done with the kit, I don't want to have anything left. I want just a little bit of things. Now, I was looking at this going, do I want my strips of pattern papers to go vertically or horizontally? And because I didn't think about it before I started cutting, I've kind of decided that it's going to have to stay vertical, because see here, I'm going to say, oh no, I don't know what I'm going to do. So because I don't know what I'm going to do, I believe I'm going to move on to something else. And while I'm doing something else, then my brain is still kind of turning, kind of thinking, now, do you want to go vertical on this, or do you want to go horizontal? And even once I finish doing all this mixed media stuff, I'm still going to go and still try the horizontal way, and then you'll see why that I won't be able to do that. Now, I want to use, instead of my watercolors, because I've been using them on almost every layout, and this is layout number 9. So I feel like, yeah, you've kind of used it quite a bit, so it's okay to try something else. So, but what I did was I went and got the Distress Stain that we got quite a few months ago in a color add-on, and it is called Spun Sugar. And I'm just putting it on the packaging and just kind of putting it a few places on the layout. And it's really subtle. It's not that sponge sugar is not a bright pink. It's really, really light pink, and I really like it. I'm about halfway done that bottle. And this is where, is this where I injured myself again? I ended up injuring myself on 2 layouts in a row. I think this was it. When I opened the packaging on that yellow distress stain, I poked myself with the scissors and I drew blood again. It didn't bleed as bad as the last time, but I did draw blood. I couldn't believe it. 2 days in a row, I injure myself on my videos. So I went into my stash and I bought almost all the rest, I think, except for one of the watercolor pencils from Prima. And I got a pink pencils because in the basics there was no pink. And then I took a template that one I bought from Simon Says Stamp. It's 9x12 and it's called Bubbles. And now I'm just adding some circles to the background, and again just adding different texture. In person you can really kind of see it, and then I'm going to do something else after that once all this is dried up, and then it really sticks out even more. So this weekend from May 22nd to May 24th, I'm going to be uploading a ton of videos. 9 of them is going to be process videos. 2 or 3 of them are going to be hauls, and then a couple of videos is going to be giveaways. So be watching for that, and grab yourself maybe a pot of coffee. Forget the cup of coffee. A pot of coffee, and sit down and enjoy all these videos that I've prepared this week. This weekend is my birthday, and I have to work, which I thought, that kind of sucks. But I'm still going to have fun, And I thought it'd be fun if I did a whole bunch of videos on my YouTube channel this weekend to kind of celebrate that. So, and then do some giveaways. And also I've reached 5,000 subscribers. So it kind of, a giveaway because it's my birthday, and also because I have 5,000 subscribers. So thank you to all of you that subscribe. And if you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe, and then go check out the giveaways because it's a giveaway from my subscribers. And what I did there is I took the smaller bubbles template from Dylusions, and then I only had a little bit left of gel medium, and that's going to have to go on my list of things to buy because I thought I had another bottle, but I don't. And then I just added that over top the other bubble template, and it really added a lot of texture. Now I have a power bar, and I have quite a bit of stuff plugged into it. So a lot of times when I use my heat gun, it blows up the power bar, and I have to, bend down and put it back on. And some days it doesn't do it, and then other days it does. So I don't know. Must depend on the weather. And so that's when you see the flickering in the lights there. That's what's happening. My power bar keeps going off. So see, I'm still thinking, oh man, do I want it up and down, or do I want it side to side? So I'm going to move everything to the side. And the reason that I can't do side to side is because I've already cut my pattern papers, and all the pattern papers would be going sideways because those little hearts, if I would have cut it from the beginning, they would have been, standing up instead of sideways. The little cameras, same thing. If I would have cut that 6x6 pattern paper the right way, they would be heading or, going the right way. So this is what kind of determines that, nope, you're going to have to go from top to bottom. So I'm going to start and layer everything down. And once everything is down, then I'm going to do something else that makes my layout kind of go horizontally. And then I'm going to build all my embellishment clusters based on the middle of that layout. So it's going to take me a few minutes, and I love that there was a couple of pattern paper pieces, like that grid pattern paper, when I cut yeah, when I mounted my photo, there was just a little strip left, and I was able to, cut it in two and then put some at the top of the layout, some at the bottom of the layout. And I was going to keep it sort of only in sort of the black tones and some pink. And then because of the two bands at the top and the bottom of the layout, that's kind of the little chevrons, and it has a little bit more colors. It has a little bit of orange, a little bit of pink, a little bit of yellow. I decide to add a little bit more colors into my strips, and you'll see that coming up here in a little bit. Once I have everything glued down, and I just use my ATG gun, and the reason that I'm using my ATG gun and not my quick dry adhesive is because the ATG gun is a little bit more forgiving, so if I need to pull something up so that I can stick something else underneath, I'm able to do that. Now, one thing that I just thought of when I said quick dry adhesive, I wanted to let you guys know, do you remember that the tip that I bought to put on my quick dry adhesive bottle from Scrap Perfect? And when I did the process video, the voiceover, I forgot to mention it on one of my last videos. It broke. The needle is stuck inside and it pulled right off the cover. So I can't even use it anymore. So I wouldn't recommend to buy that. I mean, it's awesome that it fits on top of your bottle, but I used it twice and it broke. So I'm kind of disgusted. And so now, of course, I threw out my lid for my quick dry adhesive. So now I'm going to have to keep that ugly looking thing with no cover onto my bottle. But anyway, I just thought I would let you guys know that I wouldn't buy it. I'm not going to buy another one. I'm just going to stick with my Scotch Quick Dry. So this is what I decided to do. Again, I have a ton of that vellum left, and I want to create some texture. So I'm going to just cut it into strips, and I'm going to start building little clusters. And to give it even more texture, I'm crumpling the vellum and then adding it to over top the other one, and I'm going about a 1/4 inch smaller than the last one, so that it's sort of a grading effect, and it does give a lot of texture, and I love that. I love that effect. Now this picture here, before I forget, is my youngest daughter. We were waiting at the train station in, if I can't remember what the name of that little city was now, but we stayed in Florida, New York at a campground, and then we would drive about 15 minutes away, and the train station was there, and then we grab the train and go to New York. And our friends had a motorhome, so they couldn't drive back and forth. So a lot of times my friend and I would go, and my husband would drive us, and then he'd drive back and pick up the rest of the clan, and then come back, and then we'd park our truck. And then at the end of the night, when we were done, he would drive them first to the campground, and then he would come and get us. So it was a few back and forth to, make sure everybody was to and from the campground, but we didn't mind. It gave us time to kind of chat. It was in the middle of nowhere, so it was kind of, a little sketchy. It wasn't like a train station. It was basically just an outdoor thing, no place to sit inside. It was covered where you could buy your ticket, but there was nobody there, so we were, by ourselves. So this was one of the mornings while we were waiting for the train, and my daughter was sitting. It was a lamp post, and she was just sitting on the cement next to the lamp post and playing with bugs. Yes, she was playing with bugs, and she's always been such a little tomboy. She just always played with bugs and played the rough sports, and she was sort of the enforcer on whatever team she was on, and she's always been my tough cookie. So it's just funny, and so I just wanted to document that. And what I really loved is on that vellum, I used some of those sequins that came from the Maggie Holmes collection, and it's those little flowers, and it's they're in a darker pink and a lighter pink, and oh my goodness, it looks so pretty because the vellum has different dimensions, and then I added those sequins in there, and it's so pretty. And to add the sequins, what I used was, they're called Tiny Dots, and they're from Thermo Web. Now that 4x6 pack I got at Simon Says Stamp, and if you want 8.5 by 11, you can get it at Amazon. Now I wanted to use the thickers that came in the kit, and they're called Alex, and they're in a pink foam, and I'm going to spell little friend. Now I went to my stash and I'm trying to find little tiny black and white letters, and I really love those from Studio Calico, but I didn't have enough. I didn't have the right letters to do the word title, little. And so I'm going to keep looking. I thought, well, I'll just use 2 different T's, and I'm like, no, I don't have even an E or anything. So I couldn't do it. So I'm going to put everything back, and I'm going to keep going on my search. Now, the letter stickers that I finally decide on are from my dollar store here. And so I paid, I think it was a couple of dollars, and there's 10 sheets of letters in this sticker pack. So a ton of letters for $2. And that is probably one of the things that I buy a ton of, is tiny little letter stickers. I'm always afraid to run out of them, and I'm sure I'm not going to, because I have a ton. As you know, I am rearranging my craft room. Now this week I worked on it one day for a couple of hours, and then I decided to do this special video thing on my YouTube channel this weekend. So then I kind of put that aside, and I worked on getting a ton of videos ready for my YouTube channel this weekend. But I'm working on my scrap room, and it's so fun to reorganize everything, and then everything will be at my fingertip and be easier to get access to. So as soon as I get done on my scrap room, I will do a video tour. And what I'm doing is I'm even cleaning inside the drawers, which is going to take me a little longer, but I figure once it's done, it's going to be amazing. Like, everything will be so accessible, and I mean, my scrapbook room is my favorite place in the whole house. Which, once everything is going to be done, I'm going to love it even more. So one thing that I grabbed that was a leftover from another layout that I did was, I had cut apart a pink what's it called, frame, and all I had left was a little piece of it. And so I'm going to build an embellishment cluster there. I'm going to go through my stickers, and I'm going to put down a whole bunch of pink and gray stickers that came in the kit. So that's it. Here are a few close-ups of all the embellishment cluster, and you can see the dimension that that vellum, because I crumpled it, the dimension that it has. I absolutely love it. So again, be watching on my YouTube channel this weekend. I'm going to have a ton of videos, and some of them are giveaways, so be looking out for that. And that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.